This is the in-car tech adapter kit for the remote connection to the steering controls. So you have to sort of put the connectors in yourself depending on which car, on which head unit you've got. So the kit contains the following: little patch cables. This is the connector, and this is what goes into the head unit in the remote. And the other end of that has got the black, red, white. So instructions show the adapter with the clip at the top, and then the pin numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They just go down like that. And then for each of the head unit brands, or stereo brands, it's got a pin out. So I'm using Sony. So the black, so the white and black and red from the cable with the adapter on the ends going 1, 2 and 3, and then you're looping 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 with the grey cables. So these two grey cables are just used to loop from 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. So it looks relatively straightforward. So you just push them in to this little connector, and they should be visible if they're in through the little holes at the top and bottom there. But the lobe on the end of the cable is orientated depending on whether you're putting it into the top or the bottom, and there's a little diagram on the back that shows you. So on the top row, the little lobe on the connector should be pointing down, and on the bottom row, the little lobe on the connector should be pointing up. So I don't know if you can see on that, there's a little lobe on the connector. So this is going, so the first, I'm going to go right to left. So 9 and 10 need to be looped. So the little lobe is going to go down. So I'm going to put that into there. So it just pushes in, there's a little bit of a clip. And then the bottom one, the lobe points up. So that means you've got to twist it around a little bit. So on some of these little cables, it's easier. They're sort of, the little ends are the right way around. So when you bend them over, the top lobe's on the bottom and the bottom lobe's on the top. So, but the one I've chosen is completely the wrong way around. So you have to twist it right round. And there we go, clipped in. So you can see the little silver bit in there. And the same on that. Well, there you go, that one wasn't pushed in, you can see it now. So just make sure you can see the little silver bit on either end so you know they're pushed in properly. Okay, so that's 9 and 10 done, so I've got to do 7 and 8. So basically the little lobes on here have to be pointing towards the middle, so they need to be facing each other. So this one should be easier because they're kind of, the pins put around the right way. So with the connector at the top, 7 and 8 are the ones next to it. So okay, so that one's in. See the little silver bit. push it all the way in so you can see the silver bit. Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9 and 10 done. So now it's the cables off of the main black lead. So the white goes to 1, black goes to 2, red goes to 3. So again, with the connector at the top, I've got 1, 2, 3. So white, black, red. So with the little lobe pointing down because it's on the top row, it goes into 1. The wire's a bit floppier on this one. There we go, so that's in. So black goes into 2, so just have to flip the lobe round so it's pointing up. We should be able to see the silver bit. There we go, and then the last one is the red one, which goes into 3. So that's on the top row, so the lobe points down and goes into 3. The wire's much softer on this one. There we go, you can see it there. Right, so that's all wired in. This is part 2 of the video, and although this is the part that I made up, which I didn't do in the initial part. So if you haven't seen, if you're interested on how to take the stereo out, this is the new head unit Sony we replaced it with. If you're interested on how to fit that, look for the part 1 of the video. I'll try and link it. But I missed a couple of bits, and one was this connector here, USB adapter lead, but it's for the steering controls here, which are useful. So this the patches that we made up. So this bit goes into this control unit that came with the adapter kit from In-Car Tech via Dynamic Sounds. So just double check before I put it in that you can see the pins are correctly seated there, and on and 3 on the back, so they're all correctly pushed in, and then they just connect into here. So I'll push that down firmly into there. All looks good. While I've got this open, I'm still not sure what this does. This was at the back, plugged into the sort of stereo harness that I took out. So it's a blue and white and a brown. Got no idea. Anyway, the only thing that's not working is the mic, the internal mic up here, but that might be fixed by this, so I'm going to test that now. And the other thing I didn't put in was the standard antenna, which I'm going to do now. So the standard antenna is the white connector, and then that just goes into the stereo here. That's it. So that's all hooked up. It's got power, but I think that's only if you've got an amplifier in the if the antenna's got an amplifier, or you've got an electric antenna for the old, you know, when you used to turn the ignition on, the antenna would go up, that kind of thing. So I don't think that's needed. Right, so it's just plugging the other end of the cable we made up into the remote, which on this Sony unit is this blue one here, and that's it. So I think everything else is connected now. So I'm just going to test the mic to make sure that fixes, to see if it fixes the mic and make sure the volume up and down on the stalk works. So before I plug it all back in, I'm going to just test it. So with the new cable we've just put in, the up and down works, and the source and audio kind of work. And there's also a roller behind there, which I didn't know about, which scrolls up and down the music in Spotify, which is pretty good. The only thing that I can't get to work is is this internal mic. So for the minute, the Sony unit comes with a mic, so I've just run this down next to the USB, which goes into the bottom corner, and it just comes out in the footwell there. So I'm just going to use that mic for the time being. Yeah, I don't know, because the mic is in one of these ISO connectors, so I'm not sure why it's not working, but I'll see if I can find out and do a part 3 of this video. But for the minute it's all good, and we're just using the standard Sony mic, so I've just got to work out somewhere to put that, which is a bit rubbish, but you know, whatever. Quick update, we've been playing around with where to put this, and the person that had this car previous to us had a sat-nav mounted in here by the looks of it. They've sort of gouged out this bit of plastic here, which you can't see because the fascia goes over it. So we're going to run the mic up through there and run it through that groove and just have it stuck there, so it's not too obvious, yeah, but it works fine. So that's a nice way of neatly putting the cable through there. And also I'm going to try putting the USB for the Apple CarPlay and the Google, you know, the Android version, whatever that's called. So I'm going to see if I can get the USB through there as well, so we can put the phone up here. So that'll be a much neater way of doing it. So we've routed the cables in behind this, and they can just sit inside that groove. So if you haven't got that, I mean, literally just get a Stanley blade and just cut a little groove in there. We'll see how that works. It might be the USB might be too fat to go in there as well. We'll see. It's pushing this up a little bit, but I don't know, see how it goes. I mean, stick that there and just hope it doesn't damage the USB cable. So it doesn't look too bad. It's better than having the phone down in the down here. It just kind of, it's just in the way. So having it up there is probably better, and the little mic is quite far out of the way. So that'll do for the minute. I'm still going to try and find out why that's not working, but you know, whatever. Okay, cheers, thanks for watching. It seems to work having it there, but I think it'd be neater. Yeah, I would probably leave it there for a few days, and if this sort of works out, probably what I'll do is just drill a hole a bit further down and put a grommet in there and have the cables come up through that. It'll just look a bit neater, and you know, won't damage the USB cable there. But yeah, it seems to work well.